to another episode of Empowering Nation Podcast with me, Vincent Jefferson, and my special guest here today, again, Mario the Great from the Decent and in Order show. Today we're going to talk about police officers abusing their power. The name of this podcast is called Stop Abusing Your Power. And we're making this podcast in memory of our great sister, SONYA Massey. I know a lot of y'all heard what happened to our beautiful sister. We just want to give condolences to the family and said that touched me, even though I don't know her personally, but that could have been my sister, my mother, my daughter, my co-worker, my friend. So I think we need to talk about some things, family, to try to get this situation under control. And with that, I turn it over to Mario the Great.
I agree, Brother Jefferson. It's just so much going on, and again, my heart goes out to the family, and it just always brings me back to this transfer of power that's taking place right before our eyes. And it just seems like that this is just how the people that are in place and the powers that be feel about the whole transition of power that's taking place. So it's things that we have to do as a people to arm ourselves, and do what we need to do, as a family, Brother Jefferson.
Yeah, but this continues happening. And I'm like, this has been happening for 400 years. Back in slavery days, they were called the Slave Patrol. That's what the name of policemen. 400 years later, the police are still gunning down unarmed black people or innocent black people, and ain't nothing being done about it. So we need to come up with some healthy solutions to try to get this situation under control. So do you have any solutions, Brother Mario? Do you think we can get this situation under control? Because I'm really tired of seeing our people gunned down like this for no reason.
Yeah, because there are practical things that we must put in place. This is a spiritual podcast, but everything is not just spiritual. There are some measures that we must put in place as a people, and I think that at the ballot box, we as a people, we need to get more for our votes. We have a lot of politicians and people that run for presidency, and they get in these positions, and then they promise a whole lot of things, and none of those things never take place. So I think that, that's one measure that we can take. We can demand more for our vote and put things in place that benefit our people. What you think about that, Brother Vincent?
I think you're absolutely right. And that kind of prompts me to ask a question. Where is Donald Trump at? What is he saying about this issue? What is he doing about it? Where's Kamala Harris? Where's she at? What is she doing about this? What is she saying about this? They want us to go to the ballot boxes and vote for them. But why? Every time we go stand behind one of these presidents, they ain't doing nothing for our people. And this keeps happening year after year after year. So they're not the answer.
No.
Because I do think government can stop this. And I'm going to tell you why I think government can stop this. But for whatever reason they won't, I don't know. But this is why I think government can stop this. Because government stopped lynching when the people were hanging black people. The government stopped segregated busing. The government stopped segregated schools. The government stopped segregated restaurants. The government stopped its segregated restrooms. The government stopped its segregated neighborhoods. The government stopped all this segregation. So why don't they pass laws to stop this killing of innocent black people? They can do it. They can pass stiff and strict laws that's going to punish these police officers, give them life in prison without parole or the death penalty. That will send a message that the government is no longer playing these games. That will send a message to our people that this government supports us. Because right now, we feel that this government don't support us. So that's one way that Kamala Harris and Donald Trump can start earning our votes by passing these stiff laws against all these senseless killings.
Yeah, because what I think about is this particular act that took place, fortunately, we were able to record it. But think about all of the other countless brothers and sisters that have been murdered, at the hands of police officers, and, they didn't get any justice. So, we have to, start doing things that, we can do for ourselves and not just, always just depend on them. So, Brother Jefferson, what do you think are some of those things that we can do physically, to better the situation in our communities?
Well, I think we need to come together, first of all, as a people. Black people in this country numbers in the tens of millions. So I really don't understand why this still is happening. I think we need to get Muslims, Christians, Israelites. I think we need to put religion to the side for a moment. And we need to start focusing on people of this skin here right here, melanated people. See, religion has been put here to separate us. Christianity got 30, 40 different denominations and they're all separate. The Israelites got different denominations and they're separate. The Muslims got their own denominations. We need to put religion to the side for a minute because religion is not getting us there.
Right.
I think we all need to come together. Muslims can have their group and be their tribe. Israelites can have their group and be their tribe. Christianity can have their group and be their tribe. But at the end of the day, we all need to come together as one race of people under this. Because playing religion ain't getting us nowhere dealing with this situation. And if we come together in the tens of millions, there's nothing these people can do to us.
Absolutely.
We can stop all this senseless killing of our people, but they have us divided. So I challenge all you Israelites, I challenge all you Muslims, I challenge all you Christians to come together for a meeting to see if we can get this problem under control. That's one thing I think, bro. I have some other things I think. I think we need to have black police patrolling black neighborhoods. Because if a black officer would have pulled up to SONYA Massey's house, I'm pretty sure the situation would have been a lot different.
Absolutely.
I think we need to have a police officer get mental health training so they'll know how to understand a resident or a citizen who may be dealing with some mental health issues. I think we also need to have the government push for stiffer laws against these police officers, Brother Mario.
Definitely stiffer laws. Definitely. And, like I was saying before, there's a transfer of power that's taking place. Right before our very eyes, even when you look at the insurrection that took place with Donald Trump. That is how these people that are in positions feel about this transfer of power that's taking place. I think that we really need to get back, and focus on the rights to bear arms. Just because, I say that I'm a spiritual man and I love God, that don't mean that I don't have the right to protect me and to protect my family. This transfer of power from a biblical standpoint, when you look at the period of time that the chosen people of God were to go into slavery, it was a 400-year mark. And if you look at the calendar, Brother Jefferson, we're actually at that 400-year mark. And I think that we need to do things like we're doing now to create our own platforms and podcasts, to focus on our people, to show that our people can do more than just be in the spotlight for crime and all of these different things, because you have to realize that these very people that are involved in all of these injustices, these are the very people that are controlling the media. So it makes you wonder why, our people are successful people and they're very wealthy people. So why are they not doing other things, to put different things in place to really be able to help our people? As we discussed before, Brother Jefferson, we talked about this transition of power, but it's also important to talk about abusing your power. Because if you've been given the grace to have that power, and if we don't use that power to empower our people, I think that we are abusing that power. How you feel about that, Brother Jefferson?
I agree with you 100%. You know, we got a lot of actors, entertainers, you know, sports athletes that's making all this money. But where are they at when things like this happen? They have the money, the resources, they have the fan base, they have the support of the people behind them, they have the cameras on them. Where are they at when things like this are happening to our brothers and our sisters? And I think, like you said, Mario, that is another issue. I think they are abusing their power. They're not using their power, so that's why that's a form of abuse.
Absolutely.
They have these platforms, they got thousands and thousands of subscriptions and subscribers. Where are they at when things like this happen? But we go support their games. We go support their music career. We go support their movies. Where are all these people at now? Where they at for us when we need them? So I think we need to start calling these people out, and we need to stop supporting them if they're not going to be here for their people. That's what I think, bro.
Absolutely. You know, and then when we get, you know, in these positions of power, you know, and influence, the other thing that we have to do as a people, we have to educate our people, because their history is not our history. That history has been distorted and it's not true, you know. So when we get the position to be able to tell our younger people the truth, we have to tell them the truth, you know. And unfortunately, like you said, a lot of the celebrities, a lot of the rappers, you know, they're not telling them the things that they need to know to be productive and to be able to, you know, be out here and survive, because we are under attack, you know. And it's sad, Brother Jefferson.
It's definitely sad, though. Well, I know we keep saying this is a spiritual battle. I know a lot of our people, when things like this happen, they just say, hey, let's just get together and pray and wait on Jesus and have faith. To be honest with you, Mario, I don't want to hear that no more, man.
Well, like, you know, most of the time, people often say that they're waiting on God, but I believe that we're at a place where God is waiting on us. You know, we're not waiting on God, because God has given us the power, you know, just like you and I are going forth in the power, you know, because we have to do something. We have to touch something, you know. It's time out to just be waiting on God. It's things that we have to do, and God is holding us responsible, and we must do the things that we have been commissioned to do, because we owe it to our generation, and most of all, we owe it to ourselves, Brother Jefferson.
I agree wholeheartedly. Definitely. But they keep saying they're waiting on God. But I tell a lot of people, God gave us 2 hands, 2 feet, and a mind and a mouth to go out here and bind things on earth.
Absolutely.
So are you waiting on God to wake you up in the morning? Are you waiting on God to take you to work? Or are you waiting on God to fix you something to eat? No. So why when something happens, you always hollering you waiting on God?
Absolutely.
He gave you 2 hands, 2 feet, a brain to think, a mouth to bind it, and he gave you brothers and sisters to help you in this walk.
Absolutely.
Why? Why ain't we using it? That's what I think, Brother Mario. Why ain't we using it?
I think because, you know, through religion, we have been desensitized, you know, not to know who we are and not to think that we can really help ourselves, because the people in reality, the people in government, they can't help us. It's a broken system. You know, we can do more for ourselves than they can do for us, but, you know, we're going to have to come together collectively, you know, and do the things that we need to do, you know. And it's not always the big things, you know. It can be very small, practical things, you know. And number one, we have to educate ourselves, you know.
Definitely. We need to educate ourselves and arm ourselves. You know, I agree with, I think it was the Second Amendment or the Fourth Amendment, the right to bear arms.
Absolutely.
I believe everybody should own a gun, honestly. Because in this day and age, who know what the police gonna do, who know what your neighbor gonna do, who know what your family member gonna do. You know, I'm not saying go out there and use that gun unwisely, but I believe if any type of danger come to you, I think the universal law is protect your life.
Yeah.
That's what a sheriff told me when I was getting my gun license. He said the universal law is to protect your life by any means necessary. He said that's against the police, the FBI, your brother, your sister, your neighbor, anybody. And I believe in that universal law. So we just need these police officers to be more responsible with their power and stop abusing their power.
Arm yourself and protect yourself. That's a movement.
It's a movement.
Yeah, educate yourself, arm yourself, protect yourself.
Well, when things like this happen, it kind of brings me back to a lot of our patriots and our forefathers who was dealing with this same thing. And I really didn't understand why they bear arms and they went out to try to protect their people. Just like the Black Panther and other groups, Malcolm X. But now, I understand. Them men were ready to lay down their life to protect their people. And we need more black men to stand up and be willing to lay down their life to protect their people. Or you want to say, what you telling us to do? I'm telling you to do the same thing Christ did.
Right.
Christ laid down his life for his people. And that's what us as men supposed to be doing. We're not saying go out there and commit any violence. We're just saying stand up.
Absolutely. Get involved in the fight.
Right. Let's tell this government, let's tell this our president, let's tell Congress, let's tell legislation, let's tell these senators that enough is enough with y'all allowing these people to gun down our people unjustly like that. Enough is enough. And we need more men to stand up and say that. So with that, I want to give homage to a certain group of men, I want to give homage to Nelson Mandela. I want to give homage to Nat Turner. I want to give homage to Frederick Douglass. I want to give homage to Dr. Martin Luther King. I want to give homage to our good brother Malcolm X. I want to give homage to Fred Hampton of the Black Panthers. I want to give homage to Muhammad Ali. I want to give homage to Huey P. Newton, because those brothers was willing to stand for their people. And I want to say now, I understand. To all our fallen brothers, I understand. And I want you to know that. And I think more of our brothers need to wake up and understand what we're dealing with here as black people here in America.
Absolutely. And as you said before, those were the very things that they were dealing with. Because if you don't correct history, history will repeat itself. And there are a lot of things that are put in place, and the people that do what they have to do to survive are never as guilty as the people that created the darkness. I'll say it again. The people that do what they have to do to survive are never as guilty as the people that created the darkness. So, we as a people, there are things that we've had to do, but once we come into the knowledge of who we are, it's not enough just for us to be educated. It's not enough just for us to be wealthy, because you can't build success without successors. We as black men, like I said, it don't take a lot of big things. I mean, it can be something small. It takes a village to raise a child. You can just become a mentor right there in your own neighborhood. Find a young guy, and commit, to being a brother to him, or commit to being a father to him. There are many teachers, but not many fathers. We can start with just the simple things, just being there for them, someone that they could talk to, because we as men, we all need someone to be held accountable to, So that's one of the things that you could do, just become a mentor, find some young guys that you could talk to and educate and tell them the truth. What are some things that you think that could be done, Brother Benson?
Well, we're talking about, mentoring young men. I think that's a great point. I think actually being a role model. I think actually being someone they can look up to. Show them an example. I think a lot of people need to be shown examples of how to live and how to walk. And I think the media, the music, the television stations, they're all giving a lot of bad examples of our people. And our people are following that. But we need the parents and the forefathers to bring our young men and women back.
Absolutely.
To God and back to nature so they can start walking in the light of the Most High. That's what I think.
Yeah.
But I think I want to know about our sister SONYA Massey. I want to know what the Christian church doing about it or saying about it. They got millions and millions of black Christians, and I haven't heard one thing from the Christian church. So is the Christian church doing anything or saying anything on this issue to try to help stop black people from getting shot down unjustly? Have you heard anything from the Christian church?
I haven't, and I think these are the real issues that should be addressed. It's not just about the things that we consider just to be spiritual things. I mean, these are vitally important things, But again, a lot of times, a lot of people are out of touch with the real issues because religion has desensitized the people. And some people are really no earthly good. They're so spiritual that they're no earthly good. God want to be able to use us in the everyday affairs. And as we stated on the last show, he that doesn't take care of his own house is worse than an infidel. So I think that can also be applied to the aspect of if you don't take care of your people. We do everything else for everybody else. But as soon as we rise up in power and say, okay, we want to educate ourselves, we want to educate our people, and the first thing they say that we're being radical. So, other people can talk about the Holocaust, but then, when we start talking about slavery and, the things that our people went through, the first thing they say is that you're being too radical,
Yeah, I think those just bywords they use to shut us down. Let's stop letting people shut us down. Like you said, everybody, they blast the Holocaust all over the world, this and that. Well, we can talk about our interactions and what we went through as well. And it shouldn't be labeled anything.
Right.
Let's stop telling people, let's stop letting people label us and tell us who we are.
Absolutely.
I no longer consider myself to be a black man. Black is the color of a crayon. Black is not a person.
Absolutely.
Black is not a nation. But you got all our brothers and sisters running around calling themselves black. I'm no longer black. I'm Israel.
Amen.
Stop letting your oppressors keep naming you. They called you nigger, they called you color, they called you black, they called you African American, they called you property, they called you slave. When we go wake up as a people, just say enough is enough. If you're gonna be men and women of God, start standing like men and women of God. That means you're gonna piss a lot of people off. So be it.
Right.
That's why they was mad at Jesus all the time, because he wasn't going along with the government. He wasn't going along with the status quo.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm finna do, man.
Go against the grain.
Right. He said, speak the truth and sell it not.
That's it.
He said, he's the truth, the way, and the life. So you either go walk in the truth for this, or stop calling yourself a follower of the Most High. Most people are scared to lose their life. That's why they don't want to stand for nothing. But people don't, if you so-called Bible lovers really understand the Bible, you would know that you're not losing your life. Death is only the beginning.
Absolutely.
Every living thing is going to die. You have sit here and watched billions and billions of people die before you, and you scared to die, but you call yourself a follower of Christ. Death is part of our journey. Mm-hmm. So stop being scared of death. Stop being scared of prison. They can only put you in prison for a season because you're going to die. The Bible talks about our life being like a vapor or a wind just passing through here.
Absolutely.
So if you truly understand the Bible and you truly understand death, you truly understand that the enemy can't do nothing to you. Whatever he try to do is only going to be a season, because we're going to leave here and we're going to die. So don't fear something that's going to happen inevitably. Why are you fearing that when all your forefathers went through the same thing? Why are you fearing that? We have no choice in the matter. Death is a part of our journey. That's why we shouldn't fear it. If we're in Christ, we're not supposed to fear death anyway, right? Because I thought he went down to hell and swallowed up death for us.
Absolutely.
Then why do God believe we're still fearing death then?
Right. Because, as he said, the sting of death is swallowed up in victory. And if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. The scripture actually says that, he that hates the very life that he lives is the one that will actually gain life. You got to lose your life to gain your life.
They trying to keep their life. That's why they scared to say something.
Right. Don't keep your life. Get in some good trouble, Especially, even in this time, I wouldn't rather be any other race than what I am at this time. Do you know how phenomenal it is to be what you are and who you are? God has called us for just a time as this because he knows that we could take it. He wouldn't even allow the weight to be put on us if we couldn't take it. We have in our DNA what it takes to be what we need to be, to rise where we need to rise. But we are going to have to come together collectively as a people and realize that no one else can save us but us. Amen?
Amen.
No one can save us but us, And we have to apply these principles, even from a biblical standpoint, Stop looking at it from on the surface and take it for what it is. They've even given us different definitions and different interpretations of what it really is. But when the rubber meets the road, when you look at what Christ went through, he actually laid his life down. They didn't take his life, he laid it down. What better thing is there to do from day to day is to lay it down. You lay it down for your people. Again, you can't build success without successors. And you have to ask yourself, what are you leaving behind? What legacy are you leaving behind? Don't go where the path leads, but go where there is no path and leave a trail.
There you go. Even to get started, there you go.
Yeah, don't go where the path leads, but go where there is no path and leave a trail. And we as a people, we are trailblazers. I know that even with all of the atrocities, all of the things that go on with our people from day to day, I know that these different races, they must be in astonishment, saying the more we push these people down, the more they rise. We've done everything we can do to destroy them. But the more we try to destroy them, the more they rise. Look at Pharaoh from a biblical standpoint. They tried to kill every man-child. And the more they tried to kill them, the more they expanded. You don't have to go around and keep telling people, I am the chosen people. Because God is going to vindicate you. You know that you have been called of God when God vindicates you. Because who God has chosen, he's glorified. And who he has chosen, he's justified. So we as a people, we are strong, we are powerful, and we are enduring the times. Because the race is not given to the swift or to the strong, but to the one that endures.
Right. I agree, bro.
Absolutely. So don't abuse your power. Use your power. Use your platform. Use what you have. It's not about what you don't have. Use what you got. Because you have a lot. You just have to use it.
Wow. We're glad to have you on the show again, Mario the Great. Would you like to give the people your contact information a little bit? Tell them a little bit about what you do so they can contact you.
If you have any engagements, anything, that you need someone to come and, give inspiration, just a backdrop. I was shot 5 times, died and came back. This is what started this journey. God stirred something up in me, and I just wanted to give back. So if there's any type of inspiration, ministry, just fellowship, mentoring, I'm on Facebook under Mario White. I'm also on Instagram as the Ghetto Prophet. I'm on TikTok, reach out to me. My number is 678-600-1005. Again, I'm Mario the Great. You can reach out to me on Facebook under Mario White. I'm on Instagram under Ghetto Prophet Mario White, and on TikTok. Again, my number is 678-600-1005. Again, it's a pleasure to be here, Brother Jefferson. I thank you for allowing me to come on your platform, and y'all will see a lot more of me,
Oh, definitely. We're definitely going to have Brother Mario back on. But I just wanted to say condolences to the family again of SONYA Massey. When I seen that kind of shook me to my heart. And a lot of people are saying enough is enough, but it's time to stop talking. It's time to put some type of action or legislation in place. Because like I said, that could have been my sister, that could have been my fiance, that could have been my daughter, that could have been my coworker, that could have been your daughter or mother. And enough is enough, people. So condolences to the family. My name is Vincent Jefferson. If you want to reach me, you can reach me at VINJEFFSR@yahoo.com, and I'll definitely get back to you and respond back to you. And as we always close out, we first like to give honor to the Most High. And as I always say, love your brother and your sister as you love yourself. Peace. Till next time, family.
And remember this, it's never too late to get started, but you have to get started to finish.
Peace. Till next time. We out.